Hi Facebook friends, I thought I'd do a little nostalgia video of my arcade game Crime Fighters. There's a good chance if you played arcade games in the 80s and 90s you could have seen this game. But the versions I used to see a lot more in the UK was the 2-player version, and if you see the top of my screen and the arcade cabinet on the top of the screen there, you can see there's player 1, player 2, player 3 and player 4, because the PCB I've got is the American version designed for a 4-player cabinet, a bit like the Turtles cabinet you used to see in the Simpsons 4-player cabinets. If my memory serves me right, those 4-player Konami cabinets had a coin mechanism for each player, and the more coins you would insert into player 1's coin mech or player 2's coin mech, the more health that player would have, so they could live for longer. Unfortunately, my cabinet has only got 1 coin slot, so I can only play the game as 1 player. It would be nice to have a 4-player cabinet though, but in an apartment there isn't the space. This game I find has very cunning techniques to get you to put more and more money into the machine. As you'll notice while playing the game, even when my character isn't getting hit, his health will degenerate slowly over time. So sooner or later, even if you're doing perfectly well, you're still going to have to put more money in. I've also noticed in Crime Fighters there's times where it looks like you're hitting the enemy you're fighting, but it's not connecting. I can get now with practice the majority of my hits in, but even now it can still get annoying. As you can see, there is weapons in the game. There's me dropping the metal pipe, and soon you'll see me pick up a knife. That's this guy here with the black airdrops. That'll come in handy. Having a weapon does make the game a lot easier. But get the weapon knocked out of your hand just once and it disappears. Later on in the game, there's also a handgun which can be picked up. I try and edge my way along the level slowly, because if you walk too far, you'll get multiple enemies attacking you at once, which can make the game a nightmare, especially when you're playing alone. We'll be soon getting to the boss, so I'll be silent and let you enjoy the boss fight. I believe this is the last enemy before the boss shows up. With the boss beaten, we get onto the subway train and it's off to level 2. For me, I prefer to own the original hardware when it comes to my arcade games. I don't dislike emulation. I'm glad there is emulation, because when the day comes when there's no longer any of this hardware working, you've still got those games, so we should never lose them. It does annoy the hell out of me though when people find out you've got an arcade cabinet and they go, oh, you should put MAME in there. Why the hell would I want to do that when I can have the real deal? And an arcade cabinet with a PC in there, like a Pentium-based PC or something, I don't really consider that as an arcade game, because it's not an arcade PCB, it's a Windows PC in there. And if someone happens to be fortunate enough to get an old dedicated cabinet from back in the 80s, like a Pac-Man or Donkey Kong or something, games like that, they should be restored to the original state, I believe. I think it's when they start putting PCs in and chopping the insides up, I just see it's sacrilegious, I think. It's a bit like there's destroying a bit of history, and I love my gaming heritage. I started gaming about when I was 4 or 5 on the Spectrum ZX and the Commodore 64, and now I'm 37 and still gaming. And people said I'd eventually grow out of it. What did they know? As you see, this is a Neo Geo MVS cabinet I'm playing on here, and the game is a JAMMA PCB. Well, the single slot Neo Geo MVS is regular JAMMA. The multi-slot ones are not JAMMA, so you can't put arcade PCBs in them. Unless you, I believe that they can damage them by putting too much voltage through the audio. My Neo Geo hardware is still inside the cabinet. All I have to do is take the harness off this game, put it back on the Neo Geo motherboard, and I'm away playing Neo Geo games again. Simple as that. I get myself surrounded here by 4 enemies, and they're all armed except for the punk guy. Yeah, the other punk guy's got a metal pole, and the guys with the leather jackets on, they both got flick knives. Metal pole, that'll do me just nice. With these new muscular guys you're seeing appearing on the screen, they have this technique where they can slam you into the wall, which if they catch you can get quite annoying. But with this pole here, we should make easy work of them. How are we doing? Just like all beat-em-ups of this genre, the enemy seems to have an infinite amount of gang members to throw at me. we're now coming up to stage 2's boss. Here he is. Now this guy isn't quite as simple to beat as the first boss. You have to try and get him to swing at you and then get some hits in, but it's not always easy to time. See, he's missed and got his weapon stuck into the ground, and that is your chance to get 2-3 hits in and then back off and rinse and repeat that technique. As you can see, it's a lot easier to say than do. Now that boss is beaten, we're heading to stage 3, and stage 3 is we're walking through a town, I believe. This level, I can see where Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I think it's stage 2, is inspired from, because this looks a lot like that, and plus you can see the water hydrant, which in Turtles you can hit them. There was no sewers to fall down though in Crime Fighters like there is in Turtles. We should soon be coming up to the first enemy that has a handgun. And yes, you can get it off him and use it yourself, which is fun. Here he is. I like to try and preserve the gun for as long as possible until I come into come to a situation which is quite tricky, and then the handgun can make life a lot easier. It's quite easy to dodge his shots because he'll stop and aim, and as soon as he does that, he just go up or down the screen and he'll miss you. There goes my metal pole, but soon we'll have a handgun. And yes, we just need the gun bearer in the groin. Ah, now we have the handgun. Let's see if we can get some sweet revenge. Oh, if I can keep my hands on it, that is. I've never actually counted, but it seems that the handgun has around 10 rounds. Then when you run out, he just drops the gun. Fortunately, it looks like we'll have access to a second gun here. any second now we'll have a biker going past who throws Molotov cocktails at you. So be prepared to dodge that. Here we go. Yeah. So at first, if you don't succeed, throw 2 at me. Here we have a bit of the interactive part of the level. Oh, they don't give up with those Molotov cocktails, do they? Trying to make every round count. There is a cheaper enemy coming up soon, so what I'm trying to do is preserve the bullets in my gun. What I mean by cheap is if you're trying to fight him with your fists, all your attacks seem to miss and he always connects. I think this is another way the game tries to get you to put more money in, but with the gun you can make short, easy work with him. Got them guys out of the way. It may look easy, but actually getting these jump kicks on the enemy is quite difficult. As you see then, another attack just went straight through the enemy and didn't connect. And I believe, yes, this is the cheap guy. What he does is he runs at you and always hits you and you can't hit him. Oh, it's very difficult to. And this is why I try to hang on to my bullets in my gun. I'm trying to save the bullets for the boss, which will be coming up shortly. And what you'll notice about this boss is how cheap he is. What will happen is if he manages to knock you over, you can't stand back up, because the second you stand up you're knocked down again and you don't get a chance to defend yourself or get out of the way. But I guess if you were playing with 4 players, like the game was intended, the boss would be a lot easier because you could distract him while other players attack him. Here comes the boss and you'll see what I mean. And as always, I'll be quiet and let you enjoy the boss fight. But there's a good chance I won't make it this time, because like I say, how cheap he is. Anyway, let's see him and enjoy. And it looks like it's game over for me. Yep. Did you see what I meant by not being able to defend yourself? How you can't get you knocked back down. But seeing as I didn't hammer a load of credits in the game, I think I did quite well. It's over 20 minutes of gaming. So I would have got a good value for money in the arcade. Anyway guys and girls, I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed playing the game. If you did, let me know and I'll make more. See you soon.